Recording has been started. So we are going to discuss today Power BI and Fabric demo. Okay, so why we should learn Power BI in the AI era? So AI is actually killing the jobs. Everybody knows it, right? But still, Power BI and Fabric are the choices, you know, to get stabilize your career for some time. Not sure like how long we can, but sometime, we can definitely secure for a couple of years. That's for sure. So that's where we are here to learn, Fabric and Power BI future, right? So what exactly mean by that, and why I would say that this is going to be a secure and safe. First thing first, reports. We need to understand the importance of reports. Okay, when there is a business, there are reports. So without business, without reports, there is no business. That's how it is. Okay, so report generation tools might change, but reports or will be there until the business there. So that's where we are trying to shift our career from something else to reports. Without report, a business cannot make any decision. That is the key role of this technology. Reports can be created in Excel, reports can be created in various other tools, but why Power BI, why Fabric? That's where we are here. Okay, so to understand this, I mean, why and how and where and when, so all these questions will be discussed across this demo, and from tomorrow onwards we can start the sessions, right? So why we should learn? As I said, in the AI era, this is the only hope ray that is actually coming into the market, because it is not a coding tool. If it is a coding tool, then AI will code like anything, but there is no coding at all. Even though there is some functions like Excel functions, there you can use AI tool to make your work better. I will tell you how to use the AI to learn this better, to enhance your skills quicker and faster, to get the market ready. Okay, so why we should learn? It is a demanding tool in the market. You can check in the Google trend, okay, how this market is actually moving. Google Trends and Gartner. Who is Gartner? Gartner is a critic, like movie critics, right? So one movie is released, so many people come and they will criticize the movie. If it is good, then it's good. If it is bad, if they say star rating, something like that. So Gartner is also a team who actually rate the software in the market with current trends in different areas, different factors. So how you can do that? You can simply go to a browser and search for Gartner tool for Fabric or maybe Power BI. Gartner report. It's a report actually for Power BI and Fabric. So you can simply search something like that, and you can simply go to the images. What is this? Allow this point of time. Okay, so you can see the latest. How to get the latest? You can click on the more. You can see somewhere it should be recent. Okay, so or you can say something like this. Okay, and let's visit this. Someone was created a blog saying that when it was 2022. So let's go to the latest one, 2024, and you can see somewhere it's 2029. Maybe let's try for 2025 or 4. Let's see. Yeah, 2024. Now you can see this. Who is in the leaderboard? So how to understand this report? First of all, okay, because we are going to develop a report. So ideally this should go away. Where should I go? Okay. Now you see, if you understand this, how over the period of time, who is in the leaderboard, okay, who is giving the challenges, who are the niche players, who are having visionaries, you see Microsoft is sitting on the topper. Okay, there is a lot of fighting was happened between Tableau, Power BI, and ClickView. Okay, these are the three major tools in the market right now in non-traditional reporting system. Okay, who are the competitors? Tableau is another tool, and Qlik is also another tool, and Power BI. Okay, so Tableau come from Tableau Salesforce. ClickView is another tool from Qlik. Okay, it's a company and tool. Okay, but I have been migrating this Tableau reports to Power BI, Cognos reports to Power BI, SSRS reports to Power BI, ClickView reports to Power BI. So you understand the market of the Power BI right now. Why it is so attracting all these migrations, migration cost, all these things. Keep in mind why client is migrating these reports to Power BI. Okay, so to understand this, we need to understand this report features basically. Okay, so Power BI is cheaper tool, okay, and most flexible tool, can work for a single person to a Fortune 500 companies. This can be utilized by everybody and anywhere in the reporting area, from self-service BI to enterprise BI. That's where it is very successful product in the market. There is no doubt about it. Okay, and how you should learn, right? So why you should learn? Okay, it could be demand, it could have a very good market, it could have many things, but why and how you should decide that it should learn. You can go and search in Naukri. Okay, search in LinkedIn, right? So just search for Power BI and try to put the experience levels like it's on Amazon, right? So you can apply filters like experience levels, package levels, location. You can just apply your filters, and you can also search for remote if you really want, interested in remote. You can also filter for remote and see how many actually asking for Power BI remote jobs, right? So there are many. Okay, so market is also shifting from remote to hybrid, but it is very challenging. I mean, it may be for some time. Why we should not work from home? There is no actual evidences, because we have very good internet, we have lot of flexibility, employees getting flexibility, he can work for more. Okay, everything is win-win when we are working in remote. Of course, some challenges, internet challenges, power cuts. If they are not there, then you are freely allowed to work from home. If you are not showing excuses, hello, am I audible, my network is not clear, can I join back? When you say a couple of times, then they'll ask you to come office. That's what they clearly instructing a new joiners in the company. Okay, but some companies are actually changing their rules. That is a different story altogether, but that will not sustain for longer. When we were working from office, just because the internet is not that strong enough to work from home, but we are in a 5G era, definitely we can work from home. Okay, so that's a different story. You can search in Naukri, you can search in LinkedIn, you can check in Google Trends and Gartner. If you don't know how to check in Google Trends, I'll tell you, but that's not the big deal here. Definitely Power BI is trending and Fabric is trending. Okay, so let's understand in the reporting era who are all the competitors. As I said, Tableau, ClickView are competitors. Okay, but within the Microsoft, Power BI is from Microsoft. Everybody Microsoft. Okay, right? So it's a big company, and it has very good client base, and then that's where they are actually giving very cheap, just starting from $10, 1,000 rupees. the license for a person per month. Okay, from there it is going like lakhs of rupees. That's different. Okay, but at least they are starting from that cheaper. That offering even Click and Tableau is unable to give. When Microsoft started giving the cheapest license, Tableau reduced to $60. But then later, I mean, of course, even though they reduced, they could not able to sustain with Power BI, the simplicity and flexibility. Okay, so now we understand the importance of Power BI, importance of reporting, the competition, how to search jobs, all those things that we understand, and we decided that we should learn the Power BI and the Fabric. What is Fabric? So we understand Power BI is a reporting tool and everybody might have heard, but what is this Fabric? Fabric is one-stop shop solution for all the data analytical needs. What is this? One-stop shop solution for all our data analytical needs, be it data engineering, be it data science, and what data science, right? The AI ML models that they will create and then they will use it, how the AI models are working. So it is a futuristic tool, there is no doubt about it, and it is grabbing the market like anything. And it is a SaaS product. What is SaaS? Software as a service cloud product. It's a cloud application. Okay, so and this is about the Power BI, and this is these are the features. So what are the topics that we are going to cover with Power BI? I mean, in this total demo, that is also the topics that are going to cover, right? So that is very important. So we decided we should learn and we understand the competition, we understand the features, the Fabric and all those stuff, but the topics, right? So the Power BI desktop, it is a free tool. Okay, everybody can install, right? And Power BI service, okay, this is a license. Okay, one second, someone is waiting for the acceptance. Is it? Not required to accept. Anybody can join actually. Okay, fine. Power BI service is license. So here I will provide the license to practice. Here you will differentiate whether you are the real timer or you learn from a institute, because institutes will not give you the licenses to practice. Okay, okay, so admit, right, okay. Power BI service is a licensed based, so this is where Microsoft is actually making money. Okay, this is how a real time projects will be delivered and developed. So this license I will provide you. That's the very important to everybody to note that, right? And also I will cover MSBI, not completely but for some extent. Okay, SQL Server we will discuss, right? And then SSRS will discuss, SSAS tabular model we can discuss. What is this SSAS, SSRS? I'll come to that. Okay, so within the Microsoft itself, okay, there are three flavors in the reporting side itself. Okay, so what are those three? Let me actually insert a table to understand this better. Okay, so the features and Excel, and then MSBI, and then Power BI. What is BI? Business intelligence. What is MSBI? Microsoft Business Intelligence. Okay, actually, then why Power BI? They should have given MSBI 2.0, MSBI 3.0. MS means Microsoft, BI means Business Intelligence. But then why they changed completely a new name, right? With Power BI. Why they changed to Power to it? Why not MSBI? Okay, let's understand this. So Excel also has the same features like Power BI, but it's very limited, and you will understand this. So let's say ETL or ELT. Okay, ETL or ELT. These are the features that we need to understand. What is ELT or ETL? Extract, transform and load. Okay, what is the data to be extracted, how we can transform. Let's say in your data you have country codes like IN, US, but you need to transform it to India, United States. That's kind of a transformation. M, F, male and female. So this kind of transformation that we do, and then load into some location, and there you will create a report. So ETL is a separate technology altogether, but Power BI has inbuilt in it. So when the technology is growing, lot of tools will come and sync into a single tool. That's how ETL and ELT tools are actually syncing into a single tool called Power BI and Fabric. Okay, so in Excel we have Power Query. There is no doubt about it. MSBI we have SSIS. What is SSIS? SQL Server Integration Services. SS means SQL Server. S means services. I means integration. It is a ETL tool. Still it is there in the market. It has very good market because everybody is migrating from MSBI to Power BI. That's where it is getting a lot of space to get hired. But here we are not going to touch this tool because it's a complex and huge subject to discuss. That's where I will not even recommend you to update your resume with SSIS. Instead, we will, here also we have Power Query. Okay, and then the modeling. Okay, modeling. So modeling, here we have Power Pivot. Okay, you might know the pivoting the Excel, but what is Power Pivot? So in pivot you can only do a one table data, but if you want to do more tables to it to make a relationship, then you require a Power Pivot, right? Here you will have SSAS. Okay, SSAS has two flavors, but we are going to discuss only one flavor called Tabular Editor. Tabular, okay, Tabular model cubes, not the multi-dimensional cubes. Multi-dimensional cubes are older technology, and now they are not using anymore. But we will touch upon like what is that, and how it is differentiated, why we should learn this only, not that. So all these things will be discussed, and we can develop the SSAS tabular cube and we will use it in Power BI. Here also we have called modeling within Power BI. Okay, and the final one is the reporting or visualization. Okay, reporting. So here in Excel we have Power View. Okay, and in here we have SSRS. What is SSRS? SQL Server Reporting Services. When you buy a SQL Server, Microsoft will give these 3 layers for free. That's where the SQL Server is also successful in the market, just because they are giving this 3 layers on it. Because when you have data, how you will load the data into the SQL Server, how you analyze your data, how you can give the reports to the business. So that's where Microsoft decided just giving this SQL Server is not enough. We should give more to the business, so that they will buy the product, right? So that's where they decided when MSBI. But it is not that easy. When you buy a SQL Server, you will get free of these 3. It is not that free actually. You need to create the projects. You need to work with resources, and you need to invest. That is the client side problem. But they will get a lot of business. Of course, that is a different story. That's where they do. Okay, here we call it as visualization. Okay, but now coming to here, versus this salary versus this salary versus this salary. Okay, so Excel, when you know Excel, of course everybody has a very good experience or maybe a little experience on the Excel. Somewhere in your life you might have used already, but you will not that get good packages in Excel, just because it is a single person use and very limited scope of usage. Whereas MSBI is a traditional business intelligence tool, and it will not work for cloud actually. Okay, and it is mostly work for on-premises with on top of SQL Server, because it is SSS. You see SS. SS means SQL Server. S means services. I for integration, A for analytical, R for reporting. So you understand what is MSBI core areas. But why we should learn that? Just because these two are actually important for us, and moreover you are showcasing some experience. Okay, Power BI came in 2015, some that sort of era. So it is almost like 10 years. But if you would like to show more than 10 years of experience, this is how you can showcase. That's where I'm going to touch upon. Okay, and now Fabric. So we are also adding a Fabric, right? So let me insert one more column here in the right side, and let's talk about the Fabric. Okay, why Fabric? What is the ETL tool in it? Okay, it has Power Query as well and ADF as well. What is ADF? Azure Data Factory. It is the cloud version of SSIS. Okay, and ADB. What is ADB? Azure Databricks. It is a data science and data engineering ETL tool with PySpark, Python. Okay, so it works on that sort of thing. Okay, are we really using in Fabric with Power BI reporting? We'll discuss that, because there are types of certifications that you need to understand. Then only you will come to know this. Okay, and Azure Data Lake. Okay, which is one lake, nothing but a one lake. Okay, so that what is one lake? One lake is a storage system, or ADLS is also a storage system. It will store the data in it. These are all part of, because when you store the data, when you process the data, when you transform the data, you should have a storage in it. Here it will use SQL Server. Okay, here Excel itself is a database, mini database. Everybody knows about it. In Power BI also we use it within Power Query engine. We will talk about that later. Okay, but what about the modeling? Again, here we have a modeling with Lakehouse and semantic models. Lakehouse semantic model. Again, Lakehouse is also a kind of a storage engine. Here the Lakehouse is combination of one lake plus warehouse. What is warehouse? What is Lakehouse? One lake, we will discuss that later. You don't need to worry about it at this point of time. But when I say modeling, here also you can create semantic models. Semantic models. Okay, so semantic models can be created, a default semantic model, custom semantic models, all those stuff we will discuss when we touch upon Fabric. Okay, of course visualization, again a Power BI. But what is the main difference here? Why Fabric is actually making a game changer here? Just because Fabric is also a SaaS application. Previously ADF, ADB, ADLS, they actually used to give in a PaaS application. In the cloud you should understand what is PaaS, what is SaaS, and what is IaaS. Okay, so platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service, and software as a service. So software as a service is a plug and play tools. Everything is developed and ready to serve. Whereas platform, you will be given a platform where you can actually start building your own products. Infrastructure, again, so if you understand, it is like a infrastructure means, like let's say a building skeleton with the floors. You don't have anything. You just build the slabs and you will give it for rent. It's a renting mechanism. As a service means renting, cloud renting. Okay, so you have infrastructure you can build. On top of that, you will create some platforms. First floor, ground floor, you will build shops, and first floor you will say something. Second floor you will again put something like function or something like that. So those are called platforms. So when you build them and you give rent, that is a platform as a service. Again, coming to SaaS, let's say in the ground floor one shop you actually create it for a medical shop, and you have all the equipment ready. not the medicines, only equipments like counters, shelves. That's purely, when you see it, it is okay. It's only meant for medical shop. It is ready made. Only you need to come up with your, how you can start a business. You come with your medicines and you put in the shelves and you start your doing business. It's plug and play. So that's how you can understand the cloud computing. And previously this ADB, ADF, ADLS, they were in the past service. And the companies are struggling. Companies were struggling to maintain them. They thought that they will get some cheaper infrastructure or platforms to build their own products, but later they decided, a lot of developers and then a lot of maintenance are involved, so that they decided, these models will not work at all, and let's focus on. So SaaS is the only business that is succeeded in the cloud computing. Of course, still successfully running. Okay, just because Power BI is also successful, just because it's a SaaS application. Now Microsoft decided, though we have a lot of powerful features, these features are not getting succeeded, so let's add them into Power BI. So you will not see a separate fabric. You will see everything in Power BI service itself. I will show you that how you can access fabric items in Power BI service. Okay, and most of them will be developed in the online itself, in the Power BI service itself. I told you, right? In the Power BI service, you are saying Power BI and Fabric. Yes, they are completely twins, or I cannot say twins, like a cat to tiger kind of thing. Power BI is a cat, imagine, but tiger looks similar, but a lot of powerful features in terms of engine, in terms of everything. Okay, that we will discuss later. So should I really focus on Fabric? It is just 1 year baby, Fabric. So nobody knows much about it. If you say in your resume, whatever I ask you to prepare, if you prepare, then you are very good enough to compete with the interviewer, because interviewer is not much ready to ask the questions just because it is new technology. So I would recommend integrate your resume with Fabric, along with Power BI, along with SSAS, along with SSRS, because your resume looks for them like a complete meal for the company, for the project, for the recruiters, so that your resume will be sitting on the top in the portal, and it is not looks like a fake resume also. Because when you trained from an institute, what you will say, I know Power BI, Power Query Modeling, Visualization, that's it, Power BI Desktop only. Of course, in some companies they only work on Power BI Desktop. And how this 1 month training or 45 days training will sufficient for your real-time job, right? That would be the question, because everybody is learning 3-4 years of BTech and computer engineering and all those stuff, and we are learning within 45 days or 30 days, and you are saying we are ready for the market to compete them. Yes, because the education system is completely failed. They are not ready to serve the market, because we are going with AI, but still education is somewhere in the old way of deliverables. That's where lot of success stories out there, where we actually given the training for 30 to 45 days and we place them within 45 days. Okay, that's the market. So when the market is really good, and this subject whichever I going to deliver for 30 to 45 days is more than enough, and you will only use 20% of it in the real time. Why? We actually build this subject for the interview purpose. In interview they will ask more, but in the real time you work very less scope of the technology. You are getting the point? So that is the very important point that you should remember. No, you are only giving 30 to 45 days, and I am putting 10 years of experience. How could I survive? That's the magic here. That is the magic here. Okay, that's what you should remember. The acid is that much powerful here, whichever I am going to give you. Okay, we will create the reports, a lot of reports we will create on the fly, but in the real time you will not do that. Why? You will not do slow. Okay, the system is incomplete, so we will start developing. Lot of challenges will come. We will discuss in the meeting, we will take the inputs, we will try to do this, we will try to go back feedback and ask them, do this change, you do that change, and come back. And so that's how we go by sprints. We will also discuss Azure DevOps. Why we need to discuss this is it's a separate technology, it's a powerful technology, it has very good market than Power BI. But still we are going to learn this, just not for the jobs to get the jobs on Azure DevOps, but to learn how we work really in the real time. Okay, so only project management side. Okay, and I will touch upon something in the CI/CD pipelines. Okay, because in Power BI also we have CI/CD pipelines. In Azure DevOps also we have CI/CD pipelines. So I will actually compare and cover those topics also. Right? So Azure DevOps will tell you how in a real time how the project will start. Okay, how the requirement will come, how in a meeting you will discuss. Okay, so how they will say you, how you will say to them. Okay, how the mails will come, how you will respond, how you need to chat. So all those things will be discussed in this Azure DevOps session. This is also nobody will tell you nowhere. I'm challenging you. Okay, now is this enough? I think it is more than enough to get the job. No, still I don't believe you. You might be know this and you are saying this is enough. No, what I would say, you can go to this Naukri. Okay, go to this Naukri and search for a job on Fabric, on Power BI, and see there you will see the job description and their expectations. Okay, what you need to see, search job description, and what else, the roles and responsibilities. So when you read these two things, and am I covering them? If not, you have a right to ask me. Okay, so there in the job description they are asking so and so technology. How should I defend them? How should I overcome to answer this question? Maybe they are expecting me to do this kind of activity. I am able to do it or not. So these kind of questions you need to cross question yourself every day after this training. Okay, so end of the 30 or 45 days you need to be completely understand the job description, roles and responsibilities of in the Naukri, and you should start creating your resume. And I will also guide you in a free session. I mean, I will not charge anything. Once you pay one time payment, you can happily join the next sessions as well for free. Okay, and I will also freely guide you. It is just not a training. Okay, it is just not a training, but it is more than training. It is a coaching. Okay, so what is the difference between coaching and training? Training just giving the gyan. Of course, in the YouTube there is many much broader trainers and bigger trainers out there. They can give very good subject than me. There's no doubt about it. But why should learn me? Because you will get the coaching here. What is the coach? Coach will ask you to practice this. Do the 100 times sit-ups. Do this, practice this. Okay, he will be there with you until you get the success. I'm here for you. After the completion of the course, you can share your screen. You don't need to come to here. You can share the screen, show your challenges. I will be here, and I will guide you to do this, and if not, then I'll take the control of your screen and fix the problem. And mentoring, this is again a bigger scope of it. A single word, single sentence will, suggestion will make from 20,000 of 20 lakhs package to a 50 lakhs package or 40 lakhs package. Okay, so that's what the coaching, mentoring, and training you will be here, because one of our students who actually got from 20 lakhs package, 11 lakhs package to 35 lakhs package. Okay, that's one of the greatest success story, and one who has there are many. I don't want to talk about their success stories, but you are going to be the success story, next success story, right? You should be going to write a new success story in Mahindra Academy Pro. Okay, I don't want to highlight them. Of course, for the motivation point of view, there are many who failed a degree, they also got the job. Who failed many things, who also worked for many other different areas, they also working here. Okay, who was lecturers, they were also coming here. Okay, teachers, in the pandemic they lost the jobs, they're also doing the jobs here. They trained and they're getting the job. You name it, that area they come from, and then they are getting the jobs here. Okay, we understand what is Power BI and the topics of the Power BI and why should we learn Power BI, the demand, the process to check, and everything that we understand. Okay, and when we should learn. So it is going to be start from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. Monday to Saturday. Okay, Monday to Saturday, right? And Sunday will not be there. And if you have any doubts, 8 to 8:30, I will be 8 to 8:30. I will be available for the doubts. Okay, so I can take. We will use AnyDesk. AnyDesk is a tool. Okay, you should install on your laptop, and I can take the control of your machine, and I can also check your challenges. Okay, I will give you assignments to practice, and we can work like a real time. You will publish the report into Power BI Service, and there I will review as a Scrum Master, Product Owner. What is the Scrum Master and Product Owner? We will discuss that later. Okay, so it's a kind of a real-time feedback, real-time work-life training. Okay, so you should chat with me. When should chat? When should call? So all those things you should keep in mind. If it is very urgent, very complex, you can call me. There's no doubt about it. That's where we should call. Or urgent, complex, then we should use a call in the real time also, in the job also. But otherwise we use most of the time chat. So which platform we will use to chat? WhatsApp, of course, here. But in the real time we use Teams. Okay, so we used to use Skype, but somehow Skype is migrated to Teams, and Teams is not fully ready for the open users. It is only the licensed users and verified users. So that's where I would not able to do that. But you can chat with me. Chat is very, very important, and you should start chatting in English to every one of your friends, so that at least in real time also they will not write on a big sentences. Hi, I'm facing the problem. This error, screenshot. That's how we actually work, and that's how you should start chatting with me. And then AnyDesk. So these three are the AnyDesk, chat, and call. 3 ways we can discuss. That's how the real time also works. Okay, so now coming to me, who I am. so I have 17 plus years of experience in IT, okay, and out of which in Power BI around 10 years of experience, okay, and Fabric we are working almost a year now, okay, and I worked on MSBI. I am certified on MSBI. I am certified on Power BI, okay, and certified on ITL certifications and AZ 900 and a lot of other certifications out there. Okay, so I've been giving this training for the past 3 to 4 years, okay, from pandemic onward. Before pandemic onwards, I tried different other trainings as well, kids coding and all those stuff, but they were not that succeeded. That's how coming to my profile. So how, from whom you are learning this technology is very important, right? So I have a real-time experience. I've been working on it, and I can tell you, I was an interview panel. Okay, I'm also in not in this current company, but in all the other companies wherever I worked, I used to interview many people, and we have different techniques also that I will talk later in one-on-one session. But I know how to ask the interview questions, so how they will ask, so that I can tell you, so that you will be well prepared for that. So this is about me. So we understand what, we understand why, we understand who, okay, we understand when. So all the WH questions will be answered. So what is intelligence? Intelligence is nothing but to understand like what, where, when, who. All the WH questions can be answered in the present, past and future. That's called intelligence. Okay, intelligence means to understand any of the topic. If you apply for business, it's business intelligence. If you apply for your career, it's career intelligence. If you apply for your emotions, it's emotional intelligence. So what is intelligence? It talks about all, it asks about all the WH questions. Why my business is running low? How can I improve my sales? How can I improve my profit? How many customers I have? How many branches I have? How many employees I have? How many stakeholders I have? How many maybe what you can say, suppliers I have? Who is the top supplier? Who is the top, which branch is working for better? Which ATM is running low always? So coming to any business, any questions can be answered in the BI tool. That's where it's very powerful, right? So I'll show you one sample report in Power BI, okay, and then we'll move to a Fabric tomorrow, and I'll show you all the Fabric features, and we'll try to publish this sample report into a Power BI service. So how the Power BI looks like, okay? Let's create a sample report. How this old report looks like and Power BI report looks like. So you should appreciate the Power BI. So before that, like how to get this Power BI desktop, right? So before you create a sample report, you should understand how to download and install. Download and install. What is download? Downloading from internet to your local machine is called download. Upload, download, right? So you might know. Installation is nothing but whatever you download, it should work. Okay, so let's do download. Okay. So yeah, if this will end in 4 minutes, I can give you the another because it's a free, right? So definitely you will get that. So I will quickly share the link so that you get ready from your WhatsApp. Okay, or else you can share your email IDs, chart your email IDs there, so that I can quickly share with your email IDs. You will get another link. Okay. Now, so how to download? Let's go to this and go to the browser. Here, download Power BI desktop. Simple. You can search it and you will get this first link. Click on that and you see this link. Here we should actually click the download. So before you click download, you see the details. Okay, so expand all the details. Looks like it's not fully loaded the page. Okay, I don't know why these details are not coming, but you will see that. Okay, how this tool work and what are all the requirements of your computer should looks like. So I would like to show you my computer so that you can understand, you know. So this PC, when you go to this properties, okay, you will understand like what is my system. So it is very powerful system. You might not require, you know, this much. I have 1 TB storage, 16 GB RAM, okay, 4 GB of graphic card. My processor is Intel Core i7 9th generation. When you say 9th series, HF means high performance. Okay, this is the processor speed. Okay, so NVIDIA graphics. So this is how you need to understand. And mine is, my device name is this. You can also see the RAM and everything. And I have a Windows 11 Pro. Okay, this is a Windows operating system and MS Office. So I think this is very basic. You know, you should know, right? So based on that, you can buy a laptop. Okay, I would recommend go for second hand. Not interested, then go for the new one. That's up to you. Okay, now you can download the this one software. When you click on it, it will start downloading. Okay, it will start downloading somewhere. No, page is not fully loaded, looks like. When you click on it, ideally it should start downloading here. Okay, so I don't know why it's not downloading, but you can give a try, and then you can double click on it. It will just like install it like anything. Okay, it's easy. So once you install, you will see, once you open it, it will, you should go to here, start button. Now here you can search for Power BI. Okay, so you will get it here, and you can click on open. Okay, so once you open, it will be looks like this, and you should click on blank report. Okay, so here you can get the data from Excel, SQL Server, you know, blank table. You can create your own table and sample data, but I would like to go, and you see there are n number of sources. Power BI can work with, you know, n number of sources. Okay, there are a lot of files, databases. You can see many databases it can work for. That's where it is, you know, key player in the market. Okay, so here I'm going to work with a web. Okay, I think we dropped off. I'll just quickly create a new meet. మౌనిక నీకు పంపించింది చూడు బుజ్జి, అదందరికి ఫార్వర్డ్ చేయి. 1.5 అవర్ అట్లా కట్టగల లైసెన్స్ లేదు కాబట్టి అంత నీకు సీన్ అడగాలి ఒకసారి ఎట్లా చెప్తాను. అందరు ఫార్వర్డ్ చేయి. పంపిస్తున్నా. ఏమో ఫీడ్ చేసినావు, శాంతాన ఫీడ్ చేసినావా? ఇద్దరికి వేసిన, శాంతికి ఇది ఎవరు ఒక అబ్బాయిని ఎత్తుకున్నాడు, ఒక ఆయన నరేష్ కమ్యూనికేషన్. ఓకే, అడ్మిట్ వచ్చి. Okay, I think we have everybody back. Okay, perfect, perfect. I'll check this problem, okay? Why it's only giving for some time. Sorry, I was speaking on mode. Okay, everybody is back. Okay, so I will check like what is this limitation. If anybody knows, please let me know how to overcome this. I think it's just because it's a free version. Okay, just because it's a free version, I think it is something like that. I'll see. I used to use Skype, so Skype is not having this kind of a problem. Uh, so I have shared the screen again. So we are going to work with this web source. So what is the web I'm going to give here? Why we are using web as a source? I will just talk about that. So here we are going to work with an IMF data. IMF is International Monetary Fund. It's a World Economic Database. Okay, so it is just they have their you know they have their own report. Okay, you see if you click on this, it is a report that they will actually um, give you. I'll show you how to get the report. Okay, so this is how it is trying to give a report. Select all and just click continue. I mean it's already selected, and you can take one of the database, that first one, and click continue. And then you select like how many years of the estimated data. You see, I just want to estimate for 2027, and I don't want a lot of back years, but let's say till 2024. Okay, because it will download less records, but otherwise if you have a very good computer, you can go to it more. And then prepare report. See, the report is preparing here itself, but you see this is a old report. Okay, this is the old report, but let me get the same report in Power BI, and now you will understand how a new modern report looks like. So what is this versus that? This is old report, old way of reporting system versus a new way of reporting system with a new cutting edge features. Okay, we will talk like that. So here it is, I'm giving the URL. So what I have done, I have Control A and Control X, cut, so that it's clean, nothing is here. Now that I am going to paste it here, URL. Okay, now let's click on this. Okay, so now you can click on this. Okay, so now you see what's actually happening. Web scraping is actually happening. Okay, web scraping is actually happening. What is web scraping? We know iron scraping or the other thing, but what is web scraping? Whatever there is in the web, it will scrap and it will extract the materials, the useful materials. Okay, so web scraping is actually a Python Python can do, but the similar way Power BI also do. And you see it is extracted this garbage out of it, and you see some text here and some text here. If it is really useful, we can use it, but that's not useful for us, and this is useful for us, the table 1 or table 2. This is where the data is actually, you can just actually do that, and we will talk about these two things later. But for now, table 1, table 2 both are same. Either you can choose this one or this one, or you can choose both. If you select these two, you can select something like that. You see, if you don't select this, these two buttons are not enabled. You cannot say click or transform until you select one. If you select two also, you can do. You can this also you can select, this also you can select. But this thing we don't use. That's where we understand in the preview, right? So again, this is both are same. So you can choose either that or this. And you decided that it required some cleaning. This data cannot be used as is, because you see this is the header, but the header is something column 1, column 2, and this is repeating text. This is not required. So let's do some transformation, some cleaning, some massaging of the data that we need to do. Okay, let's do that and quickly, and then let's create a report. So here you see this is the row of the header. So there is an option called use first row as a header. You just click on that, it will become a header. That's how it is, very simple. Use first row as a header. Now this is proper header. Now you see we will talk about this applied steps, the queries, these options. It is, you see, Power Query Editor. Though I come from Power BI desktop, but you see Power Query editor here. The same thing I will show you in Excel also, but that will come in a later sessions topic. So what we are trying to understand, we are trying to understand old reporting system versus new reporting. So this is a description. I don't want it. You can simply remove it, and this and this and this is also not required. You can simply select, shift select and control select. You select them and you can remove them. It's easy. Remove column step. These are all the columns that have been removed. If you go back, you will see everything again back. This is the power of applied steps. We will discuss that later, okay? But for now, this is how it is. And you see country and then GDP, okay? And now let's convert this data into a country, year and GDP. How this looks like? Now country, each years of data, each years of GDP. But now what I want only 3 columns. One column is country column, another column is year column, and then the GDP. I don't want the GDP like split into 3-4 columns. Okay, so how we can do it, I will tell you in a high level way right now, but in the further sessions we will discuss in detail and in depth later. That's very important, and it's very important interview point of view. Okay, you can click on transform, you can click on unpivot. Okay, why we need to use, when we need to do, everything will be discussed in the further sessions, no need to worry. When you click on unpivot, you see year is created and then the GDP is created. But what happened, previously one record was there for the Afghanistan, now it become 4, because 4 years of data. We did not delete it, we just unpivoted. What is unpivoted, we will discuss, okay, not now, later point of time. So this is a number, so I don't want any text here, so what we will do, we will clean it up. I don't want this blank, I don't want somewhere NA, you can search for NA. If it is not loaded, you see somewhere in the last. Okay, and let me move that up and then click OK, so that it will be a number. Now you see this is a text, country is a text, attribute, this is the number actually. It is a calendar year, but it's not complete, so what I will do, I will just go with whole number. And this is the value, so it's a decimals are there, so I can use decimal number. Data types are very important. We will discuss that 90% of, not 90%, 60% of problems will come with data types only. So if you don't give a proper data type, you will see some challenges. Okay, now this is how you prepare, and you can give a name like GDP data, something like that. You see, when you give it, here automatically changed. So if you rename here also, that will change. Here, if you name it here, this will also change. Okay, this is a table, but why they are calling it as query, we will discuss that later. Okay, so now what I will do, I will come to home and then I will say close and apply. Now you see we are coming back to Power BI desktop. So Power Query is a slavery. What it is a slavery to the Power BI desktop. Okay, Power BI is a slavery to the Power BI desktop for now. But later they will get independence. How they will get independence, we will discuss that later. Okay, but for now it is a slavery. Now let me create, it will not take much time, so simply we can say values. Okay, the world GDP is this. Okay, this much GDP, world GDP. Okay, now this is the card. What is the card, we will discuss it. Now you see country. Why this is, just because I have actually logged in with this my Fabric account. If I sign out, you will again, if you create this visual again, you will get that country. Okay, so country visual will be creating. Now you see all the world map will come, and you see whatever the countries that are there, it is highlighted. But all are same bubbles, right? So if you want bigger size bubble size, you see there is a bubble size here. So based on the value, if you want to put the bubble size, now you see the bubble size increase. So whichever the country has very good GDP, Vietnam has very good GDP, Indonesia is also very good GDP, and Iraq is also very good GDP. No, I just don't want something like this. I want in a tabular format also. You can get the table here, and in the table you can bring the country, and you can also bring the value. You can rename the value to GDP. Now you see, what is this attribute? Attribute is an year actually, so I thought of forgetting to rename this to a year. So you can say year, and it's a GDP. Okay, and now you see it is actually changing to GDP. Now you can bring this as a GDP so that you can see the GDP value. Okay, so let's bring the country again. Let's bring the GDP again. Some issue is coming here. All are coming same values. Okay, so that should not be the case. Some only. Single table. Previously it was coming good. We can go to this Power Query. Let's rename here. It's not about the name actually, it's GDP. So it's not GDP actually, it's a year. Okay, maybe that's where it could be some. Okay, GDP value. Okay, now this is a country, this is a number, this is decimal, that's perfectly fine. So how to remove decimals and all those things will be discussed later, no need to worry about this. I have only 3 columns, so using these 3 columns we are going to create a beautiful report and powerful report. Okay, so let me create this visual again. It's loading. Now these names are changed, so let me remove this and let me recreate. So this is how in the real time you will get some challenges. You bring the year also, so year is actually summed up, years never be summed up, so what you should say, don't summarize, so that you will see the years. And then you can bring the GDP value. This is year by GDP value of the entire world. No, I don't want entire world, I want country wise GDP. So you can bring one more table, and you can bring the country, and you can bring the GDP value. Okay, and also if you want year, you can also bring the year, and year should not be summed up. So what you should do, you should say don't summarize the year. Now you see Alabama 2024 this much GDP, and then that's how you are going to get. Let's say in 2026 you will get it. Let's say I don't want something like that, I want to find for a country. So let's say what you will do, you will put this country here and make it a slicer. Now you see, if I click in Albania, you will see the Albania in the map. You will see this table is also filtered, and everything is talking about only Albania. Is it possible here? That is the question to you. Is it possible to here? Now you can go and find for India. So where this is also difficult, right? No, it's not difficult. You can convert this into a different slicer. Okay, slicer to a drop down, and you can see here. And if you want search, you can enable search. Okay, so how to enable search here? You can click on search and you can search for the country India. You see, you can select India. Now India is highlighted. India's GDP in each year wise, and the 2026 it is selected. So you can remove. Now you see India's all the GDP year wise. It's very powerful. I have created very basic report, but the visuals are interacting each other. Is it not available in SSRS? No. In SSRS, in traditional reporting, you don't have any interaction. If you click, let's say I am clicking in Bolivia, so is it reacting? No, it is not reacting. It says it's a stale data, lifeless data. If this is here, it will talk to this visual, will talk to this, and this visual to talk to this, and that's how it is. Now if you click on it, now let's say if you remove this here, and you will get all the countries. Let's say if I go and click on this, you see what is this? Bahrain is highlighted, and then Bahrain 2025 GDP, and then the total GDP of Bahrain, because it is selected the year also here. So that's where what I would recommend here, remove the year in this visual, so that Now you can see how beautiful it is. You see, you selected one country, and where is that country, what is the total GDP and year wise GDP, and that's how it is interactive. A visual is talking to other visuals. It's called edge interaction. So this is how the non-traditional reporting like Tableau, ClickView is also having the same feature, whereas SSRS do not have this kind of feature. A visual will not interact with other visual. Okay, so that's where we understand the powerful capabilities of the visual. Now let's save this as a report. Okay, and let me save it somewhere in my folder. So browse this device, and not in my personal, but let's say go to Mahindra Academy Pro Fabric May 2025. Okay, so this is how I have created this first report. So tomorrow you are going to, today, whenever you have some time, create this report, first report, or GDP report. You can say GDP report, World GDP report, IMF GDP report. That's how the naming should give, IMF GDP report. Okay, the meaningful naming convention. We will talk about that naming convention, how to write the I capital, G capital, how we actually write R capital. So why we should write. So everything will be discussed in the further sessions. So this is how we create the report, and then is it not ready to serve right now, right? So I cannot share this file to everybody. No, go and see, I have created a beautiful report. No, what you will do, you will publish this report. If you click on it, it will ask you to give a license email address. Let me see where actually my license is, so that I can give that. Let's see here. app.powerbi.com is a cloud application. So everybody should know this, app.powerbi.com. And now it's creating automatically and logged in, because I've already logged in previously. So it's asking email ID, I think not here. Let me try it here. Okay, I think not this one. Yeah, I think I use this Mozilla. I am trying to open Mozilla. Okay, I think here I previously logged in. I will share you all your licenses. Okay, later. Okay, this I think I have logged into Fabric. Looks like. Okay, Fabric, Power BI, both are actually same. I'll tell you why. Okay, so now this is Fabric. Okay, so how the Power BI looks like, let me show you maybe somewhere in which browser I logged in. That's what I'm trying to see. Let's check here, maybe. app.powerbi.com. Otherwise I will show you tomorrow if it is not logged in here. I do not remember the credentials, so that's where I'm saying where actually I logged in already. This is Fabric symbol. Okay, now you see this is Power BI. You see this is Power BI. You see Power BI, but here you see Fabric workspaces here. You see workspaces also here. You see workspaces also here. Okay, and here also you see logged in, who logged in from where. Okay, here also you can see who logged in where. So this is how you almost see the same thing. Okay, so for now either I can use this let's say workspaces. So let's go to my workspace. My workspace by default it will get created. Okay, I don't have any report. You simply import the report. Okay, this is one way from computer. So either I can do publish or import. So where I'm getting this, I have actually in the Academy Pro Fabric May 2025, and then click on it and it will open up. So this is called Power BI license or app.fabric license, or we can call it as, why I'm calling both are same, I'll tell you in a while, maybe tomorrow in further sessions. Okay, it is just a license. Okay, but you see the Power BI report I used here. But why this failed? I wantedly make it fail because you should know the tenant admin. Who is tenant admin? How it will actually work with admin portal, so that how these licenses will work. Okay, so now you see here you will this is how you share the report. Let's say if you click on Albania, so the Albania is coming. Click on this. If you want to select multiple countries, you will select these two countries. See the interaction. Now this is how you share this report to everybody via link or mail or Teams or PowerPoint. So it can also export to PowerPoint and then we'll give it to them for the presentation. Okay, so this is how we work in real time, and we will also share this report, or we will work in the workspace. I will discuss about the workspace later. Okay, why these items will come and how a team will work together. What is workspace? The cubicle. Within a cubicle, in a team will sit, and within that team one will do this, one will do that. So that's how we work together. So that's where it is, my workspace. So we will discuss that in detail. Okay, so now what you understand the traditional reporting, and you appreciate Power BI report. And Fabric, Power BI is not different, they are same, just the licenses matter. If you pay more, you will get Fabric. If you pay less, you will get Power BI. That's it. And the features are different. You see a lot of other features. When you click home, you see you can create many things. You see, medallion architecture, machine learning, event hubs. Okay, so lot of AI ML things that you will see. Is it very difficult to learn AI ML for me? I don't have any technical background. No, Microsoft is very easy to learn tool. You don't need to worry about it. I am there here to help you to make it very comfortable. You don't need to worry. Clear? I think everybody is clear what is Power BI, why we should learn Power BI, how it is demanding in the market. You can go and do this search in YouTube. FabCon. What is this FabCon? Fabric conference. Okay, FabCon, just search FabCon in YouTube, that's it. Okay, and you will see lot of keynotes from the Microsoft, how we are grabbing the Fabric marketplace, how customers are actually migrated to Fabric and they are happy customers, because Microsoft is closely observing them, their problems, and it's working them to make it better. So if Microsoft is committed for the clients, and it's also committed to us, because our job is going to save, you don't need to worry about that. To explain your job security, search this FabCon and see, because I am closely observing the market, how this AI, just because of the AI, there is a lot of disruption in the marketplace, but how it is going to disturb our technology is matter to me, it's matter to you, matter to us, right? So I would always recommend to check the market closely, observe the market closely. Don't take anything negative. Oh, everything is gone, this world will go end. Okay, so a lot of predictions are coming. Simpson prediction is doing this. Okay, so don't worry. If goes, everybody will goes. Okay, if not, then just do your job. That's it. Okay, so that's all for the day, and tomorrow onwards 7 to 8 exactly, and then we'll end up every 1 hour is more than enough. I will give you a very powerful Power Pack session every day, and you need to practice this sample report, the GDP report. Everything will be recorded. Okay, you will see the recording. I will share the recording with you. Okay, and then you practice this, and tomorrow onwards, if required, I will give you licenses. Okay, if required. Okay, maybe or couple of sessions later, I will give you the license. Okay, once you feel comfort that okay, I can learn this technology. Right? So that's all for the day. Hope you are enjoy the session. Please feel free to give the feedback in WhatsApp in one-on-one. okay, and tell me what you really don't understand, what you really feel it about the way either I'm going very slow or very fast, very unknown subject which you really don't know, you never heard about it. So all those things you can freely chat with me, so that I can try to give a different way of presentation to make it very simplified way, so that you will feel comfortable. Okay, thank you so much for your time, and bye for now, and see you tomorrow at the same time at 7 to 8. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, sir.